My name is Oyoko Omondi. I'm from the Kenya Red Cross Society, and I work as a regional coordinator within the Lake Victoria project. We work with those who are most vulnerable in the community, such as the sick, and those who are threatened with the diseases and disasters. With regard to human rights violation, focusing on FGM, or female genital mutilation, as it's known, Tekla Lorupe, the great marathon runner, started a peace foundation about 3 or 4 years ago. The Kenya Red Cross has a branch in a home community known as West Pokot, and the Kenya Red Cross has been supporting her annual event by providing first aiders during the race period. At the same time, in terms of talking about the need to respect humanitarian rights and values, because that's one of the cardinal principles within the Red Cross movement. And also to reduce FGM and stigmatization of those who have not gone through the circumcision process so as to attain adulthood in those communities. The Kenya Red Cross in pastoralist communities like the Maasai in Kajiado, West Pokot, and Turukana have been working very closely with the Tekla Lorupe and other like-minded organizations in order to reduce stigmatization and discrimination of the women in society, because in these communities they're still deeply rooted in tradition. The other personality who is at the forefront in championing women's rights or women who are disadvantaged in the Kenyan society is the immediate former Minister for Home Affairs, Mrs. Lina Jebi Kilimo. Lina Jebi Kilimo ran away from the circumcision knife as a youth, but eventually went ahead and made it in life, and this one, she's become a role model for the other women in the society.
This is Lina Kilimo. She is a member of the Kenyan Parliament from the Marakwet community. Lina is one of only 9 Kenyan women elected to the parliament.
I have 2 political agendas. The first one is to end the conflict in the North Rift between the Pokot and the Marakwet. Just 1 minute. Hello? Yes, Mrs. Mulay. Afternoon, Mrs. Mulay. Okay, Sawa. Thank you so much. Now, my other second agenda, my second political agenda is female genital mutilation. This is something that must end. Oh, here is Mrs. Mulay again. Hi. Yeah.
Next week, so I booked this one for Friday, but because of your...
Tunenda, we are going to Marakwet, see you on Monday.
Salimia watu kwa mwenda salama.
Now, I'm on my way to tour through my home constituency, Marakwet East. This time, I will end in Kapenguria. I'm going to run in Tekla Lorupe's peace race. Tekla is a very good friend of mine. She is a world-famous marathon runner, and the peace race is her contribution to end the conflicts between our peoples.
1 John 4 verse 4 says, "Greater is he that is in you than he who is in the world." So this is what I read today. So my passage for today will be not to get conformed to the things of this world. I always carry my Bible inside my hand, but I never know when I'll want to get a scripture. We shall soon be out of network. Now people should make the last calls. You see that house there? That's my mother's house. And all of us lived there, 12 children in the family of my late father. My mother is the first wife with 7 children, and my stepmother with 5.
And it is amazing how that small piece of land sustained all of us. Because it is so steep, I wanted to be married in the valley, it's flat. From here, our animals, we have to go and get salt lick from the valley and carry up here. And all that is a woman's job. And I thought the women in the valley enjoyed it better because it was flat. They didn't have to climb the hills we do. One day we were coming from the valley. Do you want a walking stick to support yourself? Tired after climbing the steep escarpment with the salt lick on our backs, tired, we heard noise at home. Noise, circumcision songs. And everybody was excited that, oh, so it's going to be circumcision tomorrow. My other age mates were excited and they went. But I came, removed my load and told my mother I will not go. Come slowly in the mountain. Yes, I ran away. And I don't know what was chasing me. It's just the fact that I did not want to be cut. I wanted to be educated. I wanted to be somebody in society. I had gone to secondary school then, and I had heard about the Luo ladies who are lawyers. I used to see ladies drive cars, and I wanted to be one of them. I did tell them goodbye, that you have denied me. I'm going away. God knows where I was going. I don't know. But I was running away from the knife. Yes, I finished school, I got a job and got married. I broke the myth. There is a myth around here that says when you're not circumcised, you don't get married.
I wanted the love of a father to be treated like my brothers. My father was against a girl doing sports. I was running, I was playing football, I was playing netball, I was doing all these things, but still I passed the exam in the whole district. I told my father, okay, when I go to high school, I will never do any sports. Out of 400 students, I was called in front of everybody, say, Tegla, we know that you are a very good sports person. And then I was courageous and I would say, no, I'm not. And I'm not going to do it. Because I didn't want to break the promise I made with my father. And it's in my community, it's like a taboo. In Bakot, when you give a word, it's always very difficult to break. I say, no, I'm not. And I'm not going to do it. The whole teachers in the school, they were looking at me like this, a small girl with this kind of high voice. Anyway, I was outspoken. And then their teachers were mad. There are two things. Either you do sports or you pack and go. And then I said, no, if I pack, my father will tell me you have to go to circumcision and get married or whatever. But who knows? My father was mad. I said, Tegla, I think you broke your promise. And then I said, and then so? You wanted me to, you don't feel proud of me.
Oh, no, this was the last classroom I sat, standard 5. This was my class and nothing has changed. I'm glad the same wood as they're still there. Abati. It's only the blackboard which has changed. Yeah? Yes. Because I used to like going to school because I had wanted a different life that I envied. I used to hear that there's a place called London. If people read so hard, they will go and reach a place called London. And then, of course, now I've known, but planes used to pass. Normally, this is the route for the planes. And we used to hear that if you read, you can actually go by plane. And these are the things that made me thirst for education.
Na tulikuwa tunacheza pamoja, tunasoma pamoja, na alienda wakaenda transfer huko Nairobi, akasoma huko. Tukabaki hapo nyumbani mpaka wa leo.
She knew how to handle men and also fight with men.
How are you? Who can remember the last time I was here? When was I here? Some of the sad incidences in my life that I still remember are my classmates who are girls, who are in school with me, but because of having undergone circumcision, they were seen to be ready to be wives. Although they resisted to get married, they came to school. But very sad that some days I still remember after school at 4 o'clock when we go home, that just a few seconds you hear girls screaming. They have been snatched away for marriage. And this corner in particular used to be very notorious. In fact, Mwalimu, it used to be somewhere there, you know. Yeah, men used to hide in those bushes somewhere, and then they just elope these girls. And that was gone, their future gone with the wind. It's very sad. Well, that was the order of the day then. But of course it was after you had been cut, but before then you were safe. Huyu ndiye mwalimu alifundisha sisi hapa. Na akupakua, ukifanya makosa unachunwa. Kiboko ndio uweze kusoma.
Sasa matunda chu.
Matunda. Asante sana. Kabisa. Sasa vijana mumeona, kijana unaweza kusoma, si ndio? Msichana unaweza kusoma. Msikubali kupakuliwa na wazazi. Ninaomba Mungu anisaidie nijaribu kuishi maisha mzuri. Ili watoto wakikataa tohara, mnaweza kusema afadhali akatae na mnamwambia benchmark ni Mache Biwot. Tuko hapa, mumeona wenye nilisoma na hawa. Kama wangetairiwa hawa wasichana wangekuwa na mimi sahi huko Nairobi.
So I went to Germany again and I did my first marathon 1994, where I became the first Black African woman to win New York Marathon. 1995, I won with the difficulties when my sister died. And I came home, I was given a very huge celebration. And for the first time now, my father came to me and said he was sorry for the last maybe 7 years. To say he was sorry that he was all the time interfering in my career. And then he told me, Sendegla, I give you my love like a daughter. And thank you for being a strong person. I wish you will be one of my sons. And then I realized nobody wants something good for a woman.
Kuatani kukenyini ne ketau nyungule ja nyuchu nam nyam bare ngale ya ne gitu le jogai abun ta nyungule tenasi so sabu adine ne gitu le mi la wanya mi rai ketau atani kelma mure cici ganam la ganam makan marane je bembo makan kato adi go
Kwa mwaka wa 1984 mimi nilikataa kutahiriwa na wazazi walitaka kunitahiri. Mimi nikakimbia kwa watu wengine, labda siku nyingine nikarudi nyumbani. Wakati nilirudi nyumbani kesho nikakuja tu kulala kwa pasta. Alafu asubuhi watu wakakuja wakasema huyu msichana ambaye alituletea hivyo amekuja. Sasa wakakuja kunishika wa mama wa 8 na yule ambaye alinikata wakakuwa 9 wakanikata.
Kunganya lawa matiamba la lejakite nyamala kinyaga kirelule nyan. Ajon jagai.
Ingate nyabare ngubadiwo.
Akajon janyu ka kwasale. Kungati ta kulas raji kawe. Gotot. Stagenya.
Sasa nikaenda kufika njiani watu wakasema hii mtoto ambaye ana damu huwezi kupika hapa, huwezi kufita hapa. Huwezi kufita hapa. Lapura akasema mnataka nini? Mimi nikapita. Sasa nikaenda mpaka hospitali. Siku hiyo
agitabo. Ni kutarata ya kitone. Mkura wale jona.
Hiyo mama akasema mimi sikutahiri huyo.
Laboru nengle laboru kasman tinam katang jaja bi hon ki lolo ka ngera itil kula le nyone wakala mara asile jale jujevi kale ale jujevi.
Huyo ambaye alikuwa anaandika wakasema mbona mlilazimisha huyo. Akafika huyo kofi na kaweka kare akachukua mpaka sel Eldoret.
Kani rai julit
sama
anu mungkin gati ya anu rasa lo kabisa aja njaga wa kabisa
na itu nyen kain bar
ai bagain ba aku maga bi mamu mako mulio mulio
ngata nyotine ile nyen pu ma kwanende magje ukurinye chimboti
ko wara magje ma jama ba
ne
beti bakater nya iki anam de jama bi mungkin ko wori sabti
You are very courageous. Wewe unaona serikali ingefanya nini ndio hii mambo ya tohara ya wasichana ikwishe?
Wangekataa kukata.
Imekataliwa, hata iko kwa sheria imekataliwa.
Ni ya kushika. Lakini mara ya kwanza ni kueleza. Ni kueleza wajue.
Ndio wakishikwa sababu wamefanya makosa wakijua.
Watajua tu hata hiyo mama sio alisema kama ningejua kwenda kulala jela ni mtoto ya mtu kama ningejua singefanya.
Wewe uko tayari kufanya hiyo kazi?
Mimi tayari, si nilikataa. Mimi niko tayari. Watu wakanifinyia chini, mimi nilikataa. Sasa vile anakataa. Mimi niko tayari kabisa kueleza watu.
Women like Ruth will help a lot in the fight against circumcision, but there's still a very long way to go. Changing culture takes a long time. But remember also my other very, very important political goal, to end the bloody conflicts between my people, the Marakwet, and our neighbors, the Pokot. The conflicts are about cattle, about grassland, water. These old conflicts were used by politicians in the former government to get political control over the poor people. They bought loyalty with arms, and the cattle rustling became more and more violent.
It was a sad day in our community, 12th of March, the year 2001, when at night people from the Pokot community came and raided this Murkutwa location.
Kumana misa kumana ma yada mo muji tan mo jer bindigi sir dalago yomi kwanga nai ya yela nyune gidanyi ne rinya mana ya suwenye no ngir ya tar ge nyir go ri nyir sugul ye
Kitabuko kwani pokote
wonori ago ina ay no bare bi e go bakbatiana ile ga bare
ko ibakbati
tago nyin
na ile kitu tulikuwa na chikinga tu ni hii hatuna funduki, na hao kwanza ilikuwa napewa funduki ambayo inaitwa home guard au wapokoti, ikatumia kujifunza na ikatumia baada ya kuelewa kabisa ikatubamia. Ni kama tu ilikuwa naelewana na serikali.
there was so much bias against the Marakwet community that every time we were taken to be the aggressors while we were the aggrieved.
Manam nyajin gitu tuan kop dah. Berbagi baru baca kortanyin. Nak kacau kortan lagi mana? Kacau batu juga ya ni. Udah kop tak bayu mun nak urut orang nak cemas. Udah tu masih. Wow, nak itu tu malah. Wala wala pun ini.
Kenapa ni? Kenapa kaya no?
Gua juga juga peng. Gua ni kena apa ni betayo dekat tahu besok kamu ni tenan. Tu tu nanya. Aku panjang dekat kapor ni kerip kamas. Ketemu rongko ni. Kerip berapa nak sana. Kalau dia bagi lu ni miku ane. Ini baku ni baga ada ini. Asal berapa kerip masuk.
Kita ke agmion tu kita agmion. Mami cakap mami bagri nyaki bagi nyuruh gua ni.
Mami nyuruh ni. Mami tanya. Aku tu kata nak kita tu orang lah, lagi apa ni? Kalau mitu kacau mitu tahu lagi berjalan ni saya bagi nyuruh. Betul betul nak mitu je. Apa yang kita dia betul.
Actually, it is the youth that are bringing all these problems. It's not old people. In fact, those invading us from the other side are just youth, young people who are about to marry, and they are looking for bride wealth. If your father tells you, "I don't have anything to give you," if you didn't go and steal yours, whom do you expect your bride wealth to come from?
I don't know whether they can be persuaded to surrender these guns in exchange of something else, because you know also. You know as much as I know that they buy these guns and they are very, very expensive.
Yes. Because all of them are brothers, they are so widespread. So it's really difficult. Maybe the issue of buying off these guns from them will work. That's what we even told them the other day, the other group.
So this is our training camp, this is our rooms for the girls. This is where I sleep, and in case all of us are here, I share with one of the young athletes, and I'm very small and we can share. Those who are here, most of them, they came through a very difficult situation. You see somebody like Elisa, she was close to hang herself. I thought, don't kill yourself, because even me as Tegla, I came also from the same situation.
Ng'ombe imekufa, hakuna yenye alirudishia Pokot. Walienda parasa paka hakuna kenye aliletwa. Na kuwa hasira, Pokot wakaanza kuipa ya Marakwet. Waliwao watu wangapi? 3 kufa hapo. Hiyo pita akamuka hivyo. Sasa hiyo vita walisimama hapo. Wale Pokot wanaenda kulipa yao tena. Marakwet wanakuja kusavua watu 3 wamekufa, watu 20 atakufa. Mbele yao wanashindania maisha ya wengine, sio mali. Ndugu yangu walinunua Kitioli kwa maana ndugu yangu ni mkubwa. Aliuza ng'ombe yote, tulikuwa na ng'ombe 2 ya papa. Sasa mimi nasema 50 uliuza nini? Nasema tuuse hii alafu tupate maisha mzuri. Unajua ndugu yangu anasema hakuna shida, tutaenda hipa huko alafu tupate ng'ombe mingi. Msijali, mtakaa tu. Sasa tulichunga ile ya mchomba kidogo, sasa yeye akakufa. Kitioli bado ni mpya, hajatumia. Walinifundisha hata Kitioli sasa ninajua. Tulikaa na Kitioli nyumba, wacha mtu alikonga mlango, tukaanguka kitu kingine, tulichenga mchanga ya kulala. Kwa nyumba hakuna kitanda, tunachenga kitu kama hii na tunalala. Hapa hivi ni mtaro. Tukiruka hapa hivi tunaingia nje. Tunaweka kitu kama malazi. Mlango ikikongwa dada tunaruka hapa hivi na tunalala kidogo. Tunaangalia nje hakuna mtu. Tunakimbia marathon. Tulikimbia mpaka tunachoka. Hiyo dada yangu ni kidogo kuliko mimi. Sasa nikabaleka yeye. Sasa tulikaa hivyo, hiyo Kitioli ilichukuliwa siku hiyo na wachambasi kwa nyumba. Tunapata kisha hakuna imechukuliwa.
Traditionally, we used to steal these animals as a sport.
It used to be a Pokot could come to Marakwet and steal cattle. That is the end of the story. Nobody could be killed. There were few number of sophisticated weapons like AK-47 and all those sorts of weapons.
Ai acha de ko kon yabi tu re yang re cha de le ti nyama age cho me ni gorenja ame nyor we janye asisi wala ka ye una ni nyama ai na ni makomba ye ku ngamita ti yang re ka de tu le rapsa ke ke cham ja ka le nyama age ma ga alla lekin yalla ka te sare nyo ngam ka ba ja ke ra sete atani le ko kon ne de nani ti ta ma ta nyale gite yogi ma ku ni ji ko kai ko ni ko ka nyani
Moi wanted to have a grip on power.
Ama hawa ni wa Marakwet, hawa ni wa Pokot. Lakini kwa uhakika sisi wote ni watu wa chama moja.
He believed that the Pokots were real warriors. So he wanted to use them to maintain himself in position, some kind of a secret army.
Kwa hivyo hata hii China yenye ulienda ukakiita Lagatia, sio kwamba Lagatia ni China ambayo ilibuniwa kwa Marakwet peke yao. Lagatia ni China ambayo inaleta upatanisho hata kwa Wapokot.
So later when the Marakwets refused to vote for him, voting for the opposition instead, they had to be punished. So the Pokots were being used to punish the Marakwet.
Mungu piti chapana asome kwan kaga kumaksiru lokati agne ka kekir mbanga ni semita magni asome san wala ko
Bukunza ni nsembaka
And now when I came of the country, I realized that sports can bring people together. If I talk about peace, people will listen.
For peace.